Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today we are looking at the Playmates Toys Godzilla Classics Shin Godzilla 4th Form first release. Yes, they did do a second release because people hated this one. This was a gift from my good friend Kaiser Jirachi at Project Godzilla. That's his YouTube channel if you want to check it out. I'd been wanting it just to kind of complete the set, I guess. Also, I love Shin Godzilla. And he sold it to me. And then, right when the holidays came around last year, right before he shipped it, I got a refund that said Merry Christmas. So, it was very nice of him. Just quickly, I want to show you the remake. This is the one from the, I think, Toho collection is what they called it. You can see this is clearly the superior figure in sculpt, the remake. This guy is just a big old goofy guy, though. It looks like this guy also might have better paint, too, actually. They went full red spines on this guy and full black spines on this one, which I think is interesting. So there's a lot more that's different than just kind of the base sculpt, you know? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, they're quite different. Very different tails, too. Very different. But yeah, let's get into the figure. Articulation-wise, you got that 360 on the head, and the arms sure do a lot of moving. Very nice stuff. Forward and, well, not really back on the leg, just forward. This leg goes back a little, not as far forward. And then the feeties rotate. You also have nothing. But it is down here. A little back and forth, and then a rotation here, plus a little up and down, a little bit more movement there. Pretty nice. So the articulation is better than Bandai Creations, which is what that replaced. You know, line-wise. Now, the sculpt isn't the best. Honestly, like, just the body really isn't bad. Like, you cover up the head, and for a kid's toy, a cheap kid's toy, decent body. That is a goofy-ass head, though, but that's kind of why I like it. I like the big, dumb, goofy head. Okay? Sue me. Sue me, I think it's fun. They also did a really goofy 2004 Final Wars Godzilla, and I'm in love with that one. I love it. Wow, he is such a goofy fella, and I love that about him. I really do. More in an ironic way. But still, it's fun. God, I remember people piling on to hate this guy. But it was a kid's toy, once again, and I think it served its purpose as a kid's toy. When I was a kid, I would have enjoyed playing with this, for sure. But to play with it, you would really need other toys, wouldn't you? So let's show some size comparisons. Now, first up, let's compare him with his own line. Here he is with the Playmates Toys Toho Collection 56 Rodan. That's pretty cool. I think that's fun. They would be really fun to play with together. So he does scale well with his own line, which is what's important. But you guys know I love to show a ton of size comparisons. So here's a lot of stuff. The Ultra Monster 500 Series Zeragus from Bandai Japan. A little small for him. I feel like I want them to be more like that. I don't care what the actual measurements are. It's more about what looks cool in the collection and what would be cool for playtime for a kid. Here's another kid's Playmates figure. It is the Godzilla vs. Kong Hong Kong Battle Godzilla. I think that's fun. That looks really fun. But they are both from Playmates, so that makes sense. Then you also have the Leonard Rampage George here. A little tiny, but remember, George continued to grow throughout the film, so it could work as a mid-level George. Let's show him with a dinosaur. You know, when I was a kid, I played with my dinos and kaiju together, and as an adult, I display them together. So here's the now discontinued Schleich Mighty Ceratosaurus. Pretty cool. Thank you. Alright, then how about something from the line it replaced? Here's the Bandai America Bandai Creations Showa Gigan. That works pretty well, I think. That's fun. Then how about the Japanese line, the Bandai Japan Movie Monster Series Godzilla -1. That's kind of perfect size-wise. I actually love that. I know this is a much, much smaller Godzilla, but once again, it's about what looks cool right now. That's what I'm going for. Here's the Schleich Eldrador Ice Beetle. Pretty neat. I would prefer him like this than like this, you know? Then we have the Trin Masters 5-inch Gamera Guardian of the Universe Jiger. I actually think their designs kind of jive with each other. Good Shin Jiger. We have the Trin Masters 4-inch Mogera. Ooh, he's getting stomped. Then we have the Titanic Creations movie Gorgo. And last but not least, the SH Figure Arts Ultraman Orb Origin. Gonna have him holding the sword funny. That actually looks pretty good. Huh. So yeah, that is it for size comparisons. Now, he doesn't have any accessories or anything, so I guess it's time for my final thoughts. And what are my final thoughts on the Playmates toys' first release of their fourth form, Shin Godzilla? Yeah, the re-release is better. That's true. This guy right here was actually going for a lot online for a while because nobody bought him, so a lot of adult collectors didn't have him, and kids hadn't really got to the point of them selling him on eBay yet, so he actually had a big price spike for a while just because no one was selling him, but now you can find him much easier. It's a fun figure. If you're an adult collector, there are better, moderately priced Shin Godzillas out there. The Movie Monster Series Shins are more readily available. At the time of recording this, I feel like there's going to be some import trouble by the time it's released. I'm recording this, what's today, January 9th, 2025? So, some imports are going to go up in price probably by the time this is out. But there are other Shin Godzillas that are better. You might have to pay a little more for them, but there are still other moderately priced Shins that are better than this guy. But if you're getting a Shin for a kid, like you just have a kid that wants a Shin Godzilla, there's nothing wrong with this figure in that regard. Yeah, it has an ugly-ass head, but Shin Godzilla's an ugly-ass monster. Of course, they're different kinds of ugly. This Shin is more horror ugly, and this one's more just ugly. But I can live with it. Can you, son? But yeah, this I think is fine for a kid, which is what it's designed for. Oh, B3 kids deserve good toys too. I agree. But in functionality, this is as good a toy as this. You know? Actually, I like them both for what they are. I really do. This one looks better on my shelf, but this one I think is a more interesting piece in a way, as a collector. But yeah, if you're an adult collector that wants a moderately priced Shin Godzilla, I say go for a Movie Monster Series. But if you want a more unique, interesting looking piece, or something that's good for kids to just smack into other kaiju figures, this is also a good bet. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.